Kyle Connor and Cole Perfetti scored in the shootout, and the Winnipeg Jets clinched the franchise's first Central Division title and the #1 seed for the Western Conference playoffs with a wild 5. Manitoba RCMP are asking for the public's help in finding a 78-year-old man from Carberry. Donald Paschke was reported missing on Saturday from a residence on Main Street in the town, about 170 kilo. On Saturday, 2 Canadian synchro teams made the podium at the World Aquatics Diving World Cup 2025 in Windsor, Ontario. Canada's Amelie Laura Jasmine and Sonia Palkavala took the silver medal in the W. Canadian Corey Connors went from a 5-shot deficit to 1 shot behind McIlroy in a span of 3 holes on this wild Saturday at the Masters in Augusta, Georgia. The Listowel, Ontario native closed with the eye. Alberta's Auditor General is contradicting the provincial government's assertion that it is normal to have lawyers involved in its investigations. On Wednesday, some health ministry and Alberta Heal. Hundreds of pro-Palestinian protesters gathered on Parliament Hill Saturday, accusing the federal government of backtracking on its pledge to halt arms transfers to Israel and urging politicians to end. Federal regulators have ordered the operator of the Keystone Pipeline to take several corrective actions after a rupture earlier this week caused more than 556,000 liters of oil to spill onto farmland. A Winnipeg police officer who shot and killed a 22-year-old man 5 years ago believed he had to use lethal force after the man charged at him after swinging a metal bar. An inquest into the shooting. Some Toronto cycling advocates say they're hopeful the province will walk back its plans to remove 3 key bike lanes after Ontario's transportation minister indicated there may be room to compromise. The Moncton Hospital has a new obstetrics and newborn care unit that will support the entire family. Every room in the unit will now be private and have its own washroom. Families no longer have to. Finland came from a goal down to rebound from 2 opening losses at the Women's Ice Hockey World Championship with a 4-2 victory over host Czech Republic on Saturday. Ronja Savolainen had a goal and on April 12, 1980, Terry Fox wrote in his diary, "Today is the day it all begins," after starting his Marathon of Hope in St. John's, Newfoundland. On Saturday, Terry's older brother Fred Fox returned to M. Canada's Rachel Homan stole 2 points in the 8th end for a 6-4 win over Japan's Sayaka Yoshimura on Saturday at the AMJ Players' Championship in Toronto. Yoshimura needed to make an open draw too. When AFC Toronto steps onto BMO Field next Saturday, they will not only be playing their first home game, but making history as the city's first professional women's soccer club. To celebrate the Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre is accusing the Liberals of mixed messaging over the war in Gaza as video emerged of one candidate calling the crisis a genocide just days after leader Mark Carr. 2 federal party leaders took aim Saturday at Mark Carney, whom polls suggest is the front-runner in the April 28 election, for once again skipping the campaign trail. Bloc Québécois leader Yves Fr. Canada scored 2 late tries but couldn't catch Germany, losing 21-19 Saturday to finish 4th on the final stop of World Rugby's second-tier Challenger Series in Krakow, Poland. But the Canadian The Toronto Police Service Board has reached a tentative deal for a new multi-year collective agreement with the union that represents Toronto police officers. The deal, which was reached after 6 women's hockey in British Columbia, is having a long-awaited moment. 3 players from the province on Canada's World Championship roster is the most ever. It was initially 4 until Hannah Miller. The annual Vaisakhi Parade is being held in South Vancouver on Saturday, in a celebration that usually draws hundreds of thousands of people celebrating the Sikh Spring Festival. Vaisakhi marks the